actually going to play you, Mr. Link, in the next round.
Yeah, that is true. So, here we go. I think we're starting. Yoshikiller starting a bit early.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we got a bad feed from Okapi or they didn't start.
Yeah, it looks like Okapi's screen is frozen, actually. Oh, here we go. Okapi is no longer frozen. So in that first minute of this run, there's really nothing special going on. You're just selecting your file. And Okapi had teleported. That's cool.
Yeah, the good thing about modern technology is, you know, everybody's recording, everybody's streaming, so the times are still going to be right for winners. It's just depending on how synced up we are here on the main stream.
Oh, yeah.
Both of our players are already doing a classroom skipping the intro of the game and picking up the wrist protectors, which is a special, basically New Game Plus only item. It only appears if you get to this part of the game within 8 minutes of turning on the game. Let's just skip text by holding down keys on your keyboard, which most players actually have sticky keys on Windows do it, or a brick.
Yeah, it's very helpful for speedrunners because they won't hurt their hands too much while playing this game.
Yeah, Toby Fox, the developer of this game, helped us out there. You still can speed up text even more by mashing keys as well. So
yeah.
he didn't quite help us as much as we'd like, but you know, you can't have.
And he didn't help us with game crashes either, but whatever.
Yeah, now the route in Deltarune isn't as full of glitches as Undertale, so
yeah.
Mr. Link, what are we looking for from these players as far as how to stay fast?
So basically, what these runners want to do, there are going to be encounters. Unlike in Undertale, the encounters aren't random, they're always at the same spot. So what they want to do is skip the encounters because, again, unlike in Undertale, you can't flee. You can't flee from the enemies. So if you miss an encounter skip, you're going to lose a lot of time. And now the runners are just avoiding overworld hazards, which is also new to Deltarune. Now the runners are about to meet Rouse and Lancer being the bad guy, and they're going to get in a fight with Lancer right here, actually. What they're going to try to do is get a quick kill on Lancer, which is basically 3 perfect hits on Lancer. So if they get that, they'll save about 7 seconds, I think it is. Okapi not going to be able to get it. Neither is Yoshikiller, though. And now, Okapi and Yoshikiller both intentionally got hit there. Because of a fight later on, they're going to need to do that.
Yeah, there's a couple of points in this game where our players want to take intentional damage. This is one of those fights, so that in the King Round fight later, Susie will die the first turn, we hope. And later they're also going to take intentional damage in a forced triple Hathy fight in order to skip a text box.
Yep. And then they're going to damage boost some of the overworld hazards. So this is a pretty close race so far. It's anyone's game, really, because again of the encounter skips. They could make or break your run, especially when you have a good time. that's hard to beat.
Yeah, add on to the fact that the hardest encounter skips in the game are near the end, and it means really lead changes can happen very late in the game.
Yeah. Now both of these runners are in fields, and here are the encounters. They're going to be trying to avoid them. Because, like I said, you can't flee them, and Okapi missing an encounter. Yoshikiller might take the lead here. Yoshikiller is taking the lead. Yeah, so like we said, you can't flee from these guys, so it does lose a lot of time if you miss.
Yeah, this was not the most damaging fight to miss. Bloxers coming up, which are red enemies, are quite punishing as well. But that's definitely going to put Okapi behind unless Yoshikiller misses one as well.
Yep. Yoshikiller not going to take intentional damage there, but neither is Okapi. And Yoshikiller is doing a double spare on turn 2. Usually people do a spare and then a defend on that turn.
Yeah, we see that strat from Okapi. It's nice to see the two different ways to do that fight here.
Yeah. And now Suzy is joining the party for Yoshikiller, and about to be for Okapi as well. Still a very close race, even with that missed encounter skip.
Yeah, that is right. We should have mentioned, we mentioned these players have times that are within 2 minutes of each other. Okapi actually with the better PB, so we'll see if perhaps some better execution can help catch him up.
Yeah, but Yoshikiller could pull off the upset here. And so far it is looking that way, but the lead could change at any moment. One miss menu and then you'll lose a lot of the time, and the other runner could gain the lead.
We do have an opportunity in this fight for our players to get their Suzy hit again if they feel like she hasn't gotten hit enough. We'll see if either one of them take that.
But again, they do need RNG to get that as well.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Deltarune, you don't select where enemy attacks are going. It's random who they target. So we are hoping for a bit of luck in the King Round fight later, for sure.
Yeah, it saves about 4 or 5 seconds if you get good RNG. Okay, that execution wasn't the greatest on that puzzle for Yoshikiller. Now the runners are basically synced up here. Okay, Yoshikiller with the setup for both of them getting it, but Okapi taking the lead, and now both runners are in a checkerboard. This is a very close.
Yeah, just like that. No missed encounter skips, just simple execution catches Okapi back up here in the checkerboard.
Oh, Yoshikiller not going to be able to get that skip.
Oh, ouch! Yeah, if
that
you bump
will
the
lose
wall,
a lot of time.
Yeah, if you bump the walls in the checkerboard more than one time in any of the checkerboard screens, you will get the encounter. We should mention, anytime you hit a wall in this game, it reduces your movement speed to original speed. You lose all your acceleration. So
yeah. There is another skip like that coming up, and it does look a lot harder, but it actually is easier because you could bump a lot more. So on Okapi's side, that's what you're going to be seeing right now. And Okapi not going to get bumped at all. Very nice room.
Yeah, that's very clean. We're coming up on that King Round fight now for Okapi that we're talking about. We're looking for Susan to be targeted on the first turn and go down because her attacks actually aren't necessary in this fight and they waste animation time.
Yeah. So Okapi will want to get Susan down on either the first or second turn, otherwise it won't save any time.
Yeah, we see just bad luck there. Ralsei was targeted, so just have to deal with that.
I'm not going to be able to get good RNG, sadly. But Yoshikiller could save a bit of time over Okapi here. Okay, not gonna get the first turn.
Yeah, Okapi not catching a break either. Just refusing to target Susan.
Yep. Yoshikiller with a bit of a mismenu there, but figuring it out. And Okapi is about to be done with checkerboard here.
We keep mentioning that the lead could change any time due to the difficulty of these skips, and also the final boss fight is very difficult as well. But in the same token, like, small mistakes can cost you when the run is only 30 minutes long. So.
Yep. Still a pretty decently close race, about 30 seconds apart, which is about as much as the final encounter skip, which is also the hardest. Oh no, Yoshikiller! Missing a bush encounter skip. Normally you do a fake out there, but Yoshikiller not getting it. That's gonna lose a bit of time. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, that's pretty rough to see. That's a pretty rare one to see the battle.
Yeah, for sure. As long as you know they're there, it's not too hard to skip them. You just need to do a fake out.
Clover here, gonna be no problem for Okapi. 2 uses of the manual and getting out of this fight.
Yep. It's a very easy. And now blocks are skip coming up. This is a pretty difficult trick. We'll see if Okapi could get it. Okay, Okapi not gonna be able to get it. Yoshikiller can save some time over Okapi there.
Yeah, the blocksters are one of the more punishing random encounters. If you mess up just a little bit, or the pattern of the blocksters' parts are one you're not used to, you can mess it up and spend another turn.
Yeah, Okapi gonna be spending another turn.
Ooh, ouch. Commentator's curse on Okapi, that's my bad.
This is gonna lose about 30 seconds, I'd say.
Yeah, this is definitely the chance we see Yoshikiller gaining, about to be only a screen and a half behind about.
We'll see what happens. Okay, that was a little bit scary. Yoshikiller taking their time. Not getting it either. That's very unfortunate. Yoshikiller could have saved a lot of time over Okapi there. Sadly, not able to do it.
Yeah, we see runners miss this a little bit because it's one of the first skips in the game that actually has like some technical strategy to it, rather than just, hey, just avoid the enemy. So
yeah, there's one before this that's pretty difficult, but not too hard. But blocks or skips like the first somewhat hard trick. I'd say it's the second hardest encounter skip of the game.
Once our players make it through the forest maze here, after they make their fake boss, we will be doing the Lancer Susie fight, which ideally should take 5 turns.
Yeah. Okay, Okapi almost going the wrong way there.
Yeah, when you're in a tournament match, sometimes your brain does weird stuff versus when you're just grinding out PB attempts.
Yeah, definitely. A tournament scenario is definitely way more nerve-wracking than PB attempts. Okay, Okapi gonna be getting 6 turns here because they put Susie to sleep on the first turn. That is gonna cost a turn, which is about 10 seconds in this fight.
It's another opportunity for Yoshikiller then.
Yeah.
Some swag close dodges there from Okapi. If you're not familiar with Deltarune, close dodging gives you TP, which lets you do moves and also lets enemy attacks end slightly faster when you close dodge. So.
Yeah. Okapi finishing up the fight now, in the lead. And Yoshikiller doing the same thing. Not gonna be able to save any time there yet again over Okapi.
Now this is something you don't see from players a lot, Mr. Link. Is this a safety strat, or is it just a little bit of a brain fart on these players' part?
It's not really a safety strat. Maybe they don't know about a faster version, because when I started off, I used to do this method too. So, I don't know, they might be just thinking that this is the best way to do it. I don't know, though.
Yeah, Tendong in chat point out Yoshi didn't heal. We see Ralse on that side of the screen in the danger zone.
And Ralse going down, that's going to lose a lot of time, because Yoshikiller is going to have to wait for Ralse to get up now before Yoshikiller can do the convincing on Lancer. Man, that's actually gonna lose a lot of time. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, there's not really a good backup in this situation because you have to have Ralse to finish the fight correctly.
Yeah, you basically just have to play out a couple turns, which loses a lot of time. Ralse finally getting back up.
Yeah, that's definitely frustrating for any player. I'm sure if this were not a tournament match, restreamed race, that would have been a reset for Yoshi for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Meanwhile, Okapi making it into the castle already, so we'll get to see a little bit of semi-auto scroller fight.
Yeah, so what happens is Susie does the attacks, but you actually do the dodging, and what they're gonna try to do is do the grazing, like you mentioned, to get TP and end the attack faster. If you do it right in this fight, it saves a good 5 seconds at least, depending on how good you do it.
Yes, chat, can we get some hype here if Okapi gets the full TP in this fight?
Yeah. It's pretty difficult. Now Okapi has a pretty big lead, not gonna lie. But anything can happen because the king fight, if you die on it, it loses about 2 minutes.
Yeah, so there are 2 more enemy skips remaining and the king fight itself, and it's a pretty risky fight because you need the TP in that fight, so you're going to be close dodging as much as you can, which of course is putting you at risk for taking damage.
Yoshikiller is really low on health right now. 2 projectiles will kill Yoshikiller, and I think that would be a forfeit because Yoshikiller has not saved.
Ooh, making it. Very quick. Edge on our seats on that one.
Yeah. I don't know if that's full TP for Okapi. I don't think it is. I think it's 94 or something like that. I really don't know, though. I'm just guessing.
79%, pretty respectable for the end of the actual dodging phases, so...
Yeah, it's not too
Still
bad.
pretty good fight from Okapi.
92. Okapi's gonna end the fight with 92 TP. Not too bad. I don't think Susie is gonna be at low health.
Well, while we're waiting... while we're waiting for our players to get through this fight and cutscenes, do you want to explain the next two enemy skips for our audience here, Mr. Link?
Okay, so the next two enemy skips are actually pretty difficult. Red and Ranger skip and Head Happy skip. In Red and Ranger skip, there's two ways to do it: the safe version and the harder version. The safe version loses about 1 second over the harder version. So we'll see what the runners do in that. But then Head Happy skip is the hardest skip in the game. You can only beat Head Happy to the door by about a pixel or two. So it's a very tight trick, very easy to miss. But these runners could do a safe strat where they equip the shackles, and they'll be able to get a 2-turn Head Happy skip, not a Head Happy skip, a 2-turn fight without having to get 2 critical hits. So Okapi is going for the safe version of Red and Ranger skip and getting it.
Nice, yeah, and we should mention, besides a couple of enemy skips in this game and the final fight, this speedrun is very approachable. So if you're thinking, hey, I like Deltarune, I want to get into it, you don't actually have to grind too much to get a fairly decent time in this game. And even the final boss fight, which is very technical, has a safety strat that only loses 20 seconds.
Okapi bumped there. If Okapi did not bump there, it would have been Head Happy skip, and it would have saved like 30 seconds over getting it.
Yeah, it was on track except for that bump.
Yeah, it was a very nice setup. So, in a couple of these skips, you saw these runners, like, go back and forth. That's so they could keep their speed without actually going anywhere. So they'll keep their running speed, and that's why they do that.
Yeah, so Okapi about to hit the king fight. We're looking for a 10-turn finish on this, ideally. Like I said, there is a safety strat where you just defend for 13 turns, loses about 20 seconds. The 10-round strat is difficult. You need a certain amount of perfect hits. You need to manage your TP very well so that you can Red Buster with Susie as much as possible. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Just need 3 perfect throws on this king round fight first.
And there are also 2 ways to do king as well. Well, 3 ways if you include the defend. So there's the Rude Buster strats, which allows you to get less TP, but loses a little bit of time over Red Buster, which is the fastest way to do things. But you need to get a lot of TP and get a lot of critical hits. It's pretty tough to get.
Yeah, so when we get there, what you're going to be seeing is Okapi will sometimes be defending with Ralsei. That's basically trading Ralsei's low damage for TP that Susie can then use to deal, good damage moves.
Yeah. Here we go, Head Happy skip for Yoshikiller. Let's see if they can get it. I don't think, nah. Sadly not able to. And just gonna be going for his 3-turn.
Yeah, that's a shame neither of our players got it, but it is a very, not only difficult, but also very inconsistent skip, even for the best runners, so it's not a surprise to see.
Oh no, Chris going down. Gonna be getting a 4-turn. I believe that loses 7 seconds on this fight. Do you know what King strat Okapi is going for?
I think it's looking like red right now. Close dodging looking very good on Okapi's side. That's key in this fight.
Okapi is going for Rude Buster, actually.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, Yoshikiller not buying the weapon. So gonna be going for 11 turn, I guess, because I don't think it's possible without that weapon. Okapi missing a good amount of crits, so might not be able to get a 10 turn, but looking good for an 11 turn. Ooh, Yoshikiller not able to get a perfect hit on the crown. Gonna lose about 10 seconds there.
Yeah, this far into the run, especially you know, some of the stuff that's happened to Yoshi, I gotta imagine it's getting pretty tough to keep composure.
Yeah, for sure. 10 Dog wanting Yoshi to heal really badly. Me too, to be honest, because Rouse just went down, and so did Chris. That's so much time lost.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough to see on King round 2.
Yeah, because basically, you need Chris and Rouse to do the throwing thing. And right now, Yoshikiller only has Susie.
Yeah, and it's not like our players don't have healing items like a normal casual player would have at this point, because they haven't wasted time picking those up.
Yeah. There we go, Yoshikiller finishing off the fight finally.
Yeah, Okapi's Ralse about to die, but actually is just about done anyways, so it's not gonna matter.
Does get a 10 turn. That's good. Sorry about that.
Yoshi's out now and finally making their way to the final battle, so at least we will get a finish from both players. That is good to see, rather than you know, kind of a costly reset or forfeit.
Yeah, that's good. Unless Yoshikiller does mess up the king fight, but I don't think we'll see that. Let's have good thoughts.
Yeah, the rules of this category state the timer ends when Chris gets in bed, so that is why Okapi is still playing here, even though the final boss is down.
Yeah, and Okapi basically took this win. Unless there is a crash, but I don't want to jinx anything. And ladies and gentlemen, after this match, actually in 10 minutes, we got another Deltarune match coming up. We got Lever Soaring Sloth, commentated by me. So it'll be a good match. Their PBs are 10 seconds apart from each other, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, stick around to check out that match, and also if this run is interested you, check out the Undertale/Deltarune speedrunning Discord community. It's been linked and it'll be linked again when the next match starts. Very nice community, very helpful, a lot of good theory crafting going. This game is still young, so a lot of discoveries are yet to be made, I'm sure.
For sure.
And while we're waiting for these cutscenes and for Yoshikiller to get out of King Fight, also want to stop and thank the Speed Gaming channels for hosting this tournament for us. They've been great the whole time, and now that we're entering some of the final rounds, it's been good.
Yeah, we are in, I think we are in winners semifinals. And Susie going down for Yoshikiller.
That hurts us. Susie's the main source of DPS in this fight, so it's, yeah,
that loses a lot of time.
And that's why it's always anybody, because that could easily have been Okapi taking those hard hits from King. It's a pretty punishing fight at the levels and equipment that our players are at in the speed.
Yeah, like 3 hits for Rouse and he's down. Okapi gonna be able to finish with a nice sub 30.
Yeah, that's pretty respectable considering Happy Skip didn't happen. Can't complain about that time at all.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Ooh, a little bit of a a fake out there on the floor, but still gets the 29.51. Very nice.
And now Yoshi is at pretty low health, each character. And sadly, Yoshikiller will be eliminated from this tournament, but Okapi will move on in the tourney throughout the losers bracket, and their next match is against me.
Very nice, GG Okapi there. Looks like Yoshikiller gonna take the forfeit here in the king fight.
Yeah.
So very nice. We'll see if we can get one or both these players in for an interview here if we have time before the next match. Just checking on that. Yeah, for those who aren't kind of familiar with the Speedrun's live system, which is what all our players are using to time each other in this match, you can actually see when another player finishes. So Yoshi was aware of Okapi's finish.
Yeah.
Looks like we are going to try to get in Okapi for a real short interview before the next match starts.
What's going on, Okapi? Congrats on that win.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah, very nice. You're moving on in the tournament. How do you feel about that?
Gonna be pretty fun. Who am I?
You're racing against me.
Oh, yeah, you are. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Okapi, were there any screens in this run you felt particularly good about?
No. Well, maybe a head hathy 2-turn?
You were really close to head hathy skip too. If you didn't bump, you would have gotten it.
Wow. I've never gotten it in a run, so... This one was like a minute behind my PB, a minute and a half, so it would have felt bad if I had gotten the skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you two were pretty much neck and neck up until
Really?
Bloxers happened, and actually you both got caught by Bloxers, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, it was actually pretty much synced up until Pawn Man skip.
Pawn Man skip, huh. I think I also started late because at the exact moment it started, my internet dipped. So
yeah, like you teleported.
Yeah. So that's fun.
But
nice.
yeah,
Well, usually we'd do a little more, but the next match is coming up here quick. So anything else you want to share about the run before we turn it over to the next set?
I think that's good.
Alright.
Alright, well, I'll see you for our race, Mr. Link.
Yeah, I'll see you then.
Alright, GG again, Okapi. Thanks for everyone for watching. I'm going to dip out, but Mr. Link's going to take you here into the next match. Awesome.
Yep.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
See ya.